Hey, welcome back. We are doing another podcast episode of the Denial of the Day podcast with Bellator Claims. And guess what? Chris is here too. Chris, show yourself.
Hey yo, how's it going, everyone?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's
Like to hear that.
I like talking about these fun stuff, educating our audience, and
What are we talking about?
yeah, today we're talking about something I feel like gets missed a lot on the commercial side, and that
Yeah.
has to do with OSHA,
Ooh,
specifically OSHA standards.
right. So OSHA,
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, Occupational Safety and Health Administration?
Mm-hmm.
Hazard
Or
Administration?
administration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is. So just know I have so many things like NASA was the first thing that came into my mind when I said that. I have so many things going around my brain. But ultimately, I want you guys to know that this is very overlooked. And we actually asked the adjuster on a claim that we worked on a few months ago, like, okay, so if OSHA pulls up and they are going to like watch these guys without, say, a
Mhm.
safety fence, which is required on commercial properties, or they also see that there's no commercial supervisor to make sure that everybody is safe and things are
Mhm.
going to plan. Like this specific project we were working on was, I think, like an 8 or 10 apartment complex, right? 10 building apartment complex.
Mhm.
And the adjuster's giving us pushback, like, well, they don't need that. They don't need that. Like, dude, who's watching all these people? Like, you have to have someone that's competent and
Mhm.
understands the project to be there and coordinate the safety of the citizens walking in and out of the building. So it's like, hey, we know
Yeah.
insurance company, you don't think it's owed, and we've been told, oh, it's a cost of doing business. Yes, it is. And that cost of doing business is to bring the insured to pre-loss condition. But for this loss, they wouldn't incur this expense. Therefore, because of the losses covered by you, the insurance company, you owe for this. And we get a lot of pushback. So, specifically on the commercial supervision, which is different and separate from overhead and profit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big one there. Yeah, there's just a lot of safety things that OSHA, does require, and this is a federal kind of mandate with them, and so it's not like a state by state case. But yeah, we see that pushback, and I think it was interesting, Taylor, when we had the talk where the adjuster, well, we just created a hypothetical situation or scenario. Well, what if OSHA comes by and they fine you guys? Who's paying for it? Well, not us, the insurance company. Well, why not? You guys are the ones that aren't actually, abiding by these standards that should be there for that specific reason.
Yeah.
So
And
safety.
just like I said earlier, and unless it was this loss that occurred, which is a covered cause of loss from the insurance company,
Hmm.
none of these expenses would be incurred.
Yeah.
And so the adjuster agreed, yeah, you're right. Okay. Then because of this loss,
Hmm.
and because it's a covered cause of loss, this has to be done. And this isn't a requirement of us. This isn't a requirement of the city. This is federal. This is a national requirement that certain things must be done on a commercial project. If it's re-roofing, if it's siding, if it's windows, whatever, there are specific OSHA guidelines that dictate what has to be done on that specific project. And if an OSHA supervisor or somebody drives by and sees you not
Hmm.
following those requirements, they can fine you. And then that's what Chris was saying. We asked the insurance company, well, okay, say the contractor starts working on this and they get fined by OSHA, who's responsible? Well, it's not us, the insurance company.
Hmm.
Okay, then like you guys owe for it, but you're saying you're not going to pay for it, but you want the contractor to do the work, but if they get fined, you won't pay for that either. So something's got to give here. Chris, what's the
Yeah.
give, bro?
Yeah. I think in this case, I mean, something's got to give, and I guess it's just coming to a point to where it makes sense for all parties. That's the biggest thing. And
Right.
so we're able to come to a resolution on that, which is great. But anyways, for anyone that I feel like that are working on these big projects, this is something that should definitely be on there. And if you need help with this is what we're here for. To make sure that these should be on there
Right.
because it is safety. It is a safety concern. So.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. It's safety for the workers, it's safety for the general public. In this
Hmm.
case, there's people that are living in these dwellings, these units, these
Hmm.
buildings that what could go wrong is endless. And
Hmm.
having someone there doesn't necessarily mean it won't go wrong, but they can definitely mitigate the possibilities of it happening because somebody that's competent and understands the project and
Hmm.
knows kind of the traffic of, okay, most people get up and go to work at a certain time. Man, I got to be really on point. Most people are gone during the day. Okay, then I can do this project over here and not have to worry about that building over there. Like there's so many
Hmm.
things that go into it, and understanding what kind of project you're working on, right? So
Hmm.
if it's a shopping mall that closes at 5, then you know after
Hmm.
5 it's way less busy. So I mean, there's so many considerations to take into account for the project, and I don't think insurance companies really do that. So if you're fighting an insurance company that's being unfair, bellatorclaims.com is where we're located. Contact us today. Let us know how we can help you. And remember, we're trying to get this message out to 1 million people. We want 1 million insureds and contractors, property managers to see these videos because it empowers them. We're here to empower contractors and empower insureds to fight back against the insurance company when they're being unfair. So do us a favor, give us a like,
Like,
comment,
comment,
share this with the world,
share this with the world.
and subscribe to our channel.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's the right answer. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next.